also, it's AJaWilson's retirement jersey day, right? And, well, her prices for her game are high.
Did you hear they're selling $16 tickets for a WNBA MVP's jersey retirement ceremony? Sounds like a steal, right? Well, not when it's AJaWilson's retirement, and CaitlinClark's ceremony is happening on the same day. Fans are willing to drop $300 just for standing room only tickets.
Two iconic names, one historic date. On February 2nd, 2025, women's basketball will celebrate AJaWilson and CaitlinClark in ways that cement their legacies forever. As fans debate whose impact is greater, ticket sales tell a story of their own, with Clark's jersey retirement commanding prices more typical of marquee NBA games. We're well past that, folks.
Guess what? Wilson's event still isn't sold out, while Iowa is opening up new sections just to handle the demand for Clark's retirement ceremony. Same day, same honor, but the demand is worlds apart. And have you heard how Wilson's reacting to all of this? What's really going on here? You know what's wild? The price gap between these two ceremonies is bigger than a one-way flight from South Carolina to Iowa. $284 difference. Let that sink in for a second. Let's break it down. On one side, the cheapest ticket to Wilson's jersey retirement is just $60, less than the cost of a large pizza. On the other side, CaitlinClark's ceremony has fans dropping $300 just for standing room. It's like comparing dollar menu items to a five-star restaurant. So why are Wilson's tickets still struggling to sell, even at such a bargain price? It's not like she's a nobody. We're talking about a WNBA MVP here. But somehow, the white buzz just isn't there. It's almost as if fans didn't even know she existed. Think about what $16 usually gets you at a sporting event. Maybe a hot dog and a small soda, if you're lucky. Definitely not a seat to witness history. It's the kind of price that makes you wonder if there's a catch, but nope, that's the actual price to see her jersey go up in the rafters.
AJaWilson, the cornerstone of South Carolina's rise to prominence, will see her number 22 jersey retired at Colonial Life Arena when the Gamecocks face Auburn. A lot of people are pissed that this is the second day, or the same day. Now, I say a lot of people, AJaWilson fans are pissed that it's the same.
Now let's talk about the Clark phenomenon. Iowa is actually opening up new sections just to meet the insane demand. Fans are treating these tickets like they're golden tickets to Willy Wonka's chocolate factory. The enthusiasm is through the roof. People are ready to stand for hours just to be in the same building as Clark during her jersey retirement. It's wild. What does this massive price difference really mean for women's basketball? It's not just about the money. It's a clear sign of a seismic shift in the sport. We're witnessing a changing of the guard in real time, and fans are voting with their wallets. This kind of demand and enthusiasm shows that women's basketball is hitting a new level of recognition and excitement. Here's the real twist. This price gap isn't just about star power or recent achievements. It's about the impact these players have had on the game and the public's perception of women's basketball. Clark has managed to capture the nation's attention in a way that goes beyond just basketball. She's not just a player. She's become a cultural icon. Wilson, despite her incredible career, hasn't quite reached that same level of mainstream appeal. But wait, there's more to this story than just ticket prices. This tale of two retirements is only the tip of the iceberg in a much larger narrative. So how is Wilson reacting to all of this?
As far as I can tell, CaitlinClark fans don't give a rip about AJaWilson's jersey retirement.
You'd think after 6 years, AJaWilson's jersey retirement would be a slam dunk celebration, but sometimes even the sweetest shots get blocked. Let's break down how a single date became the most awkward double booking in WNBA history. Awkward for Wilson, that is. February 2nd, 2025. Mark it on your calendars, folks, because it's about to go down as one of the most celebrated days in women's basketball. On one side, we've got Clark's jersey going up in the rafters at Carver Hawkeye Arena in Iowa City. On the other, Wilson's number is finally getting its due at Columbia, South Carolina. Same day, same honor, but the vibes totally different.
However, in Iowa City, the retirement of CaitlinClark's number 22 jersey at Carver Hawkeye Arena during Iowa's game against USC is shaping up to be a much bigger spectacle. And of course, this was a tweet that went out talking about $200 to $784 with a bunch of tickets listed over 1,000.
Now, you might be wondering, how did this scheduling mess even happen? Well, it turns out Iowa had this planned since April 2024, right after Clark retired from college basketball. While they never officially announced the date, February 2nd was pretty obvious. Clark's jersey is number 22, so the date just lined up. They knew exactly what they were doing, choosing their only nationally televised weekend game for that day. A marquee matchup against Juju Watkins and USC. It's like they were playing chess while everyone else was playing checkers.
I was like in tears, y'all.
This, by the way, is driving AJaWilson fans nuts. They're furious that this is happening on the same day. Why are they doing this? Oh my God. Don't they realize the impact of AJaWilson? Blah, blah. What impact? Stop it.
But here's where it gets juicy. South Carolina decided to join the party months after announcing Wilson's retirement for the same day. Coincidence? Probably not, especially since Wilson's jersey number is also 22. And Wilson, she's not taking it lightly. You won't believe her reaction, and her fans are definitely doing the talking for her. One Twitter user didn't mince words, asking, "Why would y'all retire her jersey on the same day as Asia? Are y'all stupid?" Ouch. The frustration is real, and it's spreading faster than highlights of a Clark three-pointer.
You'll be the last to wear number 22, and you'll become the third Hawkeye women's basketball player in history to have her number retired.
Now let's rewind a bit. Wilson and Clark don't exactly have a history filled with rivalry, but this situation, it's like throwing gasoline on a spark that wasn't even there before. So what does this mean for their legacies? For Wilson, it's like showing up to your own party only to find out someone else is the guest of honor. 6 years after leaving South Carolina, she's finally getting her moment. Or is she?
And that is what Beth Getz had to say back in April as the Hawks wrapped up their second straight national runner-up season.
On Clark's side, it's just another notch in her belt of game-changing moments. Iowa's been planning this since she played her last college game. They knew exactly what they were doing, picking a marquee matchup on a weekend. This isn't just a retirement. It's an event. Here's the reality. Iowa's had Clark's jersey in the rafters since the summer, while South Carolina waited 6 years to honor one of their greatest players, even after revealing Wilson's statue months ago.
Iowa taking on USC and Juju Watkins, nationally televised game, I believe. February 2nd, 2-2, so it's 22. Everything about it lines up.
So why is Asia upset? It's not hard to connect the dots. What should have been her moment in the spotlight now feels like an afterthought. It's not just about sharing a date. It's about feeling overshadowed on a day that was meant to celebrate her legacy. But here's where things get really interesting. This isn't just about two players or two ceremonies anymore. It's become a symbol of something much bigger in women's basketball.
One of the sentiments that was expressed was, "Oh, it's the same day as AJaWilson's. How could you do?" First of all, I remember them announcing AJaWilson was getting her jersey retired, but I didn't remember the date or anything. When the Clark news broke, I didn't think about AJaWilson. And again, as is the case with CaitlinClark, this only is going to bring more attention to AJaWilson's jersey retirement.
Remember when we said this story was far from over? Well, we're about to dive into a world where ticket prices speak louder than words and TV deals are the new slam dunks. What do these numbers really mean? Let's talk attendance. Iowa's Carver Hawkeye Arena is gearing up for a packed house. Every seat filled with fans practically hanging from the rafters. Meanwhile, over in South Carolina, let's just say there might be plenty of elbow room.
But that is a supply and demand thing, especially in today's day and age where there's no such thing as a sellout, right? Where you can go to any event you want as long as you're willing to pay for it because of the secondary ticket market.
But here's where it gets really interesting. Clark's jersey retirement isn't just any old ceremony. It's part of a nationally televised game on Fox Sports. The whole country can tune in to watch CaitlinClark face off against Juju Watkins and USC. It's like a who's who of women's basketball all in one place. And Wilson's ceremony? Well, as of now, there are no broadcast plans. Zero, zilch, nada. It's like the difference between a blockbuster movie premiere and a home video release. So what does this mean for the players, their teams, and the WNBA? It's not just about one day or one ceremony. This is a snapshot of a changing landscape in women's basketball. Clark isn't just popular. She's breaking records left and right. Her college career was like a highlight reel on repeat, and it's translating directly into pro success, where she broke 62 records during her WNBA rookie season.
And South Carolina waited years and years to retire Asia's jersey.
Think about this. Clark's 2024 national championship game drew an audience of 18.7 million viewers. Now, how about the 2023 All-Star game featuring Wilson? From the year before Clark entered the WNBA, can you take a guess? An underwhelming 850,000 viewers. Let that sink in for a moment. Clark's last college game drew 22 times more viewers than Wilson's All-Star game before Clark even joined the league. Now, don't get me wrong. AJaWilson is a great player. She's got the skills and the achievements to prove it. But somewhere along the line, the buzz around her never picked up the way she would have wanted it. It's like the difference between a small ember and a wildfire. And right now, Clark is blazing hot.
And we'll get to compare the ratings because I would assume that game against Auburn will be televised somewhere. Now, whether or not it's nationally televised like I think the Iowa game's going to end up being, I don't know. But look, when it comes to tickets, it's a supply and a demand issue. It's that simple. It's a good way to gauge one's popularity.
Is this a sign of a bigger shift in women's basketball? You bet it is. Clark has managed to do something we haven't seen before. Here's the bottom line. This situation shows us that women's basketball is evolving fast. It's about fan engagement, viewership, and star power, both on and off the court. And Clark is clearly winning over the entire world. The game is changing, both literally and figuratively, and players like Clark are leading the charge.
Something I'm very thankful for, and obviously I've had some amazing teammates over the course of my 4 years here, and there's been a lot of really good 22s to come before me and play for this program, whether it's Kathleen Doyle or Sam Logic. So that number holds a lot of weight, far beyond my name. And
there's one more thing you need to know. This story isn't just about Clark versus Wilson or Iowa versus South Carolina. It's about the future of the WNBA and women's sports as a whole. And trust me, that future is looking brighter than ever. Are you ready? Remember when sports debates happened over beers at the local bar? Those days are long gone. Now every fan with a smartphone is a pundit. And boy, do they have opinions about Clark and Wilson. But here's the million-dollar question. Are these online reactions just noise, or are they shaping the future of women's basketball?
First of all, there's nothing wrong with two schools retiring respective jerseys on the same day. But secondly, if you wanted the focus to be on AJaWilson, she'll probably get more attention as the second, most recognized jersey retirement of that day than she would have if she had the stage all to herself on that.
Especially those who claim they don't like CaitlinClark or say she's getting too much attention. Yet they sure seem to be the first to comment on anything involving her. Let's be real. Social media is buzzing like a hornet's nest over these jersey retirements. On one side, we've got Team Clark, ready to defend their queen at all costs. On the other, Wilson's supporters are crying foul, feeling like their star is getting overshadowed.